Hello again, and welcome back to Innovative Instructional Technologies. What I'm going to be covering today is the data collection and management. And the reason for this is to save you future grief, and I'll explain. To get to this site, you go to the methods, and you can see data collection and management link. This is a simple assignment. It shouldn't take you but a few minutes to complete this part of it. What I'm looking for, the only really assignment that I'm going to be looking at here is that you're able to download 3 videos using Mozilla Firefox and put them in a specific folder. And that folder is located, the folder will be called the videos folder. It's right here. That's the videos folder. And all of these folders are subfolders of the data folder right here. I'll explain and I'll work through it very quickly to kind of show you. I just wanted to give you a little brief overview. And the reason, why do we do this? Why should you want to do this? I can't tell you the number of times that I've had teachers come into my office when I was the director of technology for a couple of school districts. I have lost every bit of my data. What am I going to do? And I hated to tell them that there's nothing we can do because the machine was corrupted or it had to be re-imaged or something, and that's just the way it is. And sometimes if you send your computer to get it repaired, I know some of the technicians, rather than taking the time to back up your data, they just re-image and you lose everything. I hate for teachers to lose years and years of work because of something that can easily be avoided. Some of the schools, districts have like an H drive or U drive that you can upload information and data in. That's fine, but I'm a little uncomfortable with that myself because I don't like people, sometimes, I don't want to share certain information that I may have uploaded on my U or H drive. I don't mind sharing if people ask me, but a lot of times when you put information on a U or H drive or whatever letter designation that they have for that drive, everybody can look at it and everybody would have the option to use it. It's very easy to do on a server. But this is an external hard drive. This is a Toshiba. This is a terabyte. I think I bought it at Walmart for about $49 on sale. Notice, this is the most important thing. If you're going to go out and buy one of these external, and I recommend highly that you do at some point in time, because you're going to be collecting a lot of information and you need somewhere to put it safely. Notice that I only have one USB cable coming from this hard drive. When you're purchasing one of these, look, 2 things. Make sure it's a quality drive. This is a Toshiba. And the second thing is make sure that it only has one USB cable coming from it. Some of them, you have to look. You have to physically look at the box to make sure, because some of them will have a power supply and a data cable that comes out of the box. And they're 2 independent USB drives, which utilizes 2 USB ports on your computer. You want to avoid that. So this is ideal. This is the best way to start, and because you will. For this class, all you need is a USB flash drive. But when you become a teacher, or if you are a teacher and you're starting to collect data, you know what I'm talking about, because a lot of information, and there's only so much information that you can put on a flash drive. Let me plug this in to kind of give you an idea what I'm talking about. Let me clear my screen here very quickly. But as you can see, that the very first thing that we want to do, let me bring up my pointer again. This kind of makes things a little bit easier. When I bring up the pointer here, you can see that the very first step that I want to do is open up my external drive. And the way I do that is just very simply clicking on it. And you can see that one of the things I want to do is, you can see it at the top here where it says New Folder. All you have to do is click on New Folder, and then you can type the first thing that we want to do, again, remember, is create a folder called Data. And that's done. Now, I like to put everything in one folder only, because the reason for that is backing it up. And I'll show you just in a minute how simple it is to back up one folder versus like when you're on a computer, they want you to put it in a documents folder, they want to put it user / or users backslash user backslash your username backslash, and you have to go and find out everything, and they want you to save it in a specific video folder somewhere on the computer. I like putting everything in one folder for a lot of reasons, and that's probably the biggest. But if you go back to, bring my pointer back up, I'm going to have to fix this. But if you go back to your folder, your data folder, the one folder that you created. Now we're going to create the subfolders. Remember, the subfolders are located here. These are all the subfolders that we're going to put into that folder. And you will need this because these are the documents that you're going to need to download for your Weebly site. And because we're going to do Word documents, and we're going to do, you may need a picture on your web page. You need, and definitely videos, because that's a two-way street. Remember that you need to make links off of your Weebly site to the videos, just links. But I need to see that you're capable of downloading actual videos to your hard drive, to the hard drive of, or the jump drive, or wherever you want to put the videos, that I can actually physically see them. But the next step would be, in the data folder, we're going to create a new folder, and we're going to call it Docs. And I'm not really that particular. If you want to name them something else, you may. And then in the same folder, we're going to name one called Pics, P-I-C-S. And then we're going to create another new folder called Videos. And then we're going to create another folder called Lesson Plans. New folder, Lesson Plans. Notice that I have an underscore here. Notice that I'm trying to make one file name, one word. And notice that they're all lowercase. Computers generally, I'm an old DOS user. It's easier for computers to process short words, bits and bytes, short words, and one words. It's when you break them up, it kind of changes the way that the computer accesses them and slows it down slightly. It's probably not enough to. It's just one of the quirks that I have. Lesson plans, and one more folder called PowerPoints, PPT. That's the file extension for PowerPoint. So you can see that I have, in the data folder, I have a folder created called, let me kind of show you here. I have one folder called Docs. I have one folder called Pics, one folder called Videos, one folder called Lesson Plans, and one folder called PPT or PowerPoint. And notice that they're all lowercase letters. All of them are lowercase. And also, if I'm going to have like multiple words, it's better to put an underscore. Let me kind of clear that up a little bit so I can show you a little bit better. Notice that it's this underscore. Lesson underscore plans. Just for the computer's sake. Save a little bit of work. Clear the images again. Alright, so when I'm grading, this is the only actual one-on-one grading that I want to do, and I'm going to ask you to look at your videos folder, and in the videos folder you're going to need to put 3 videos in that folder that you've downloaded using Mozilla Firefox through the process that I've shared with you on one of the assignments called Multimedia. But that's pretty much it as far as what I'm expecting from you for this simple assignment. Again, I did want to share with you again how to. Let me kind of bring that back up, and I'm going to go back to the removable disk G. I want to show you. See how I've completed this in one folder. You put everything back where it was very quickly. But you can see that I have one folder. This is my hard drive. Now let's say, for instance, I want to back this up on my computer or on another USB flash drive. Let's say this desktop is a flash drive. And I'm going to go say New Folder. And I'm going to call it, let's say, Save. Just something to work through. And let's say all I have to do at this point to back this up so that I don't have to worry so much and I can sleep at night, especially if I'm doing a lot of work on the computer. I can drag this over into my save and say copy here. And I have just saved that little bit of work that I have done. and I don't have to worry about losing it. You can see that it's over on the main computer now, but I have saved that amount of work. So another thing too that I may want to share with you is that some teachers, like for when I was a science teacher, I would create a folder called Concepts. And in that Concepts folder, I would create I would do concepts like, say for instance, I would create a folder called Rock _cycle. I would create Cell. I would do the water cycle. And all the informations that are in a folder that would be in the Concepts folder here. That was easier for me because I'm a secondary science teacher, and it's subject specific. Now, one of the things that I also found that I had found that teachers were doing that was really interesting is let me clear the ink here if I can. Some of the teachers were doing is they created a folder, and they called a new folder, and they called it Weeks, because K6 teachers seem to better manage things by weeks. And then in the Weeks folder, they would create, and this will kind of make sense when I do this, you would create a new folder called Week 1, Week, and then go to a new folder again, Week 2, and new folder, Week 3. Because I think K6 teachers, they generally teach topics specific to the week that they're in for the school year. I think there's 36 weeks in the school year. And so you would have 36 folders, and like if it's easy. Don't get in the habit of naming them by dates, because they change year after year after year. But the weeks don't. You can say, week 1, I'm supposed to be covering this topic, this subject, this material. And for K6 teacher, it seemed like this was the easiest way for them to manage their data. But that's it. There's nothing. I hope I didn't confuse you at all. And if I have, please feel free to contact me. I'm more than willing and able to help you. But that's it for this data management. Thank you very much.